Hello, Huskies back again with more New York Rangers GM mode franchise mode commentary. Now, last video I made a bunch of trades. We brought in D'Angelo, Sherbach, Placanitz as a cap dump to get a trade done. And we also loaded up for the draft. We have 2 firsts, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and 2 firsts next year. We're off to a good start in terms of trade-wise. One thing I do need to do is... Oops, not do that. Is I need to update my trade block. I forgot to do it last video and only just dawned on me right now. These should not be up there. I want all the picks that you're willing to give me. Future picks, I'll take all the future picks. The first 2 seasons of this are going to be pretty rough in terms of winning. Player role, we'll set that to any potential. I want good potentials, but I want young kids. We're going 22 as the oldest for defense. Same for forwards, and we'll do the same for goaltenders as well. We'll go 22 for a forward. And then goaltender. Goaltender, any... We'll go a little older with goaltender because there aren't a lot of goaltenders to trade around. But there we go. So forward, defense, goaltender. Surplus. I'm turning all my picks off. I'll leave the future second, third, and fourth on just in case. And then I'll throw my elite goalie on the trade block as in surplus. And I don't, we'll do second line forward, because I think that's what Nash is. Trade block, and I have morale off, so morale will not affect any of this. So we're going to put Nash on the trade block. Nash, and I'm still... Matthew Pumple, really, 24 years old, he's 75. I kind of want to... I'll put Placanitz on there too, just in case. Maybe a team wants to flip him before the end of the year. But we're going to go ahead and sim a little bit here, because I don't really want to make any more trades right now. Because I anticipate us losing pretty hard, in all honesty. But I've been surprised. Like, I thought we were going to be awful. Oh, I have to change injuries before I forget. I already scouted the QMJHL. Currently, I have injuries way too high, so they're going to run rampant. So let me get that fixed real quick. Settings, because if you don't change your injuries in the sliders, oh man, it's rough. I don't remember what I set it to. I think I set it to 8, and this has it's got a very strong impact on the sim engine. Now, there was another change you could make if you want to see more goal scoring in terms of the penalties. Like, you could crank up penalties, and you could get teams with these enormous amount of power plays, just to kind of help the scoring and help the point production. If you want a more I guess it would be considered more explosive. I didn't want to say offensive because I feel like offensive is just too generic. I think Hayes was there. Oh, I have to change that too. A whole bunch of settings I forgot to change. I have to change for it to notify me when they're fully healed, not when they're just able to play. Because if you just put them in like I just did, if you have not been around before, you don't play a lot of GM mode, your players will almost always get hurt. We got lucky there that Hayes did not get re-injured. Usually it's a pretty solid chance that if you put a guy in who's got a little briefcase, yellow briefcase, or medical case I guess would be, he's going to re-injure himself with the exact same injury. So have to be very mindful of that. Just keep on scouting here, pretty much. We'll I'll look at, once we get to our first sim stop, I'll look at the scouting prospects and kind of see what I want to take, because I'm envisioning getting a top 5 pick with our roster. One thing I don't know, if you turn off JT Miller for a second and a third. Ooh. See, Miller doesn't have that high a trade value. And Colorado's not. This is also next year's second and third. Yeah, I'll pass on that. That's not a good enough trade for Miller. Because Miller's a guy that I could hang on to, and he could be one of the lone kind of like veteran guys. I say vet, like when he's 24 now. So if I keep him, by the time that he's going to be relevant, he'll be 27 or 28, depending on how long this rebuild takes. And he'll most likely be only a third line guy, because he's an 84 now, and I don't envision him getting much higher. So I'll have to wait and see if I wait too long, do I lose out on his trade value? If I sue him too early, do I lose a possible veteran asset that could be useful down the road? Because he's the same with Zibanejad. Zibanejad is 24 years old. The only issue with Zibanejad is he's an elite potential, whereas JT Miller is a top 4 or top 6, sorry. So Zibanejad's got a much higher ceiling than JT Miller does. I've seen Zibanejad get upwards of a 90. And playing first line minutes with, I mean, not the greatest of line mates, but I'm hoping, but that's not even a word, hoping that we don't hinder his progression too hard. Because that is another risk you run when doing one of these rebuilds, is you can stunt growth if your team sucks that bad. But here we go. So we're last in the division. Kind of to be expected. I mean, we're not a good team. We're 11, 26, and 2. We have 24 points. We're bottom of the barrel in the Metro. We give up 3.5 goals a game. We barely score 2.5. We don't even score 2.5. Our power play is abysmal. Our penalty kill is actually not that bad. We're awful on the road. We're 1-7-2 in our last 10. Where does that put us in terms of the entire league? That puts us at the very bottom. We have a 7-point lead on the Detroit Red Wings for the first overall pick. Now, there is a lottery system, so I don't know where that's going to put us. We do have Montreal's first. Where are they at? They are currently 11th, so that's not great. I would have liked to see them get a little worse, but we could still negotiate some first round moves. I still need to kind of bring in a defensive prospect. I mean, we had D'Angelo. What was I doing? Scouting, right? I want to see what we've got scouted so far. So we're currently in the QMJHL. I don't know if there's anybody. I don't remember where all the good players are. All right, so Joe Valeno's here. I really don't want to pin him. Benoit Olivier Giroux. McIsaac. McIsaac's the guy I want to pin. Keep an eye on him. And Olivier Rodrigue. I think that's how you say his name. Now, the only thing that sucks is I can't look at all the prospects in the system without changing my scouting assignment, which is kind of lame. So I'm not going to do that. I guess we'll just wait. How have I never done rest of the... I didn't even know this was a thing. Shit, yeah, we'll go there. Why not? 2 weeks. I honestly did not even know that was a... I doubt there's anybody here that's worth anything. But hey, you never know, right? You never know. There was a second rounder in there, so we'll let them scout and see how they pull out. Oh, I didn't even realize that was there. Holy shit. I kind of look at our stats. Who's doing well on our team? Who needs to go? Rick Nash is obviously the big one, but currently with our cap situation, I'm not entirely sure I can make that move. Zibanejad and Kreider are minus 20s. Oh my. Shea's at 19. Sherbak's at minus 24. So we're struggling a bit here. We're struggling a little bit. How's Lundqvist doing? Is he still keeping us alive back there? 90 save percentage, a 317 goals. I think I'm gonna trade Lundqvist. If I trade Lundqvist, that's gotta be the going for Hayden Fleury, because I saw that was a suggestion from a comment. Was try to get Hayden Fleury from Carolina. Now that's a good defensive prospect to kind of have eyes on. And ideally, they might not want, because Hayden Fleury. Oh, Oop, that's not him. That's him. 21 years old, 71. I could get him pretty easily, I feel. Depends on who they want. They want Michael Grabner? Oh, hell yeah. Now, 1-for-1 that won't go through, so I have to beef up the offer a little bit. They only want first round picks. Now I'm not giving you those. I don't want to trade any of my rookies. Is there anybody else here that would be good enough to... I mean, Jimmy Vesey, but he's 20. I don't really want to trade a 24-year-old. I want to stay on the younger side. But, I mean, I really only have Grabner, Nash. I mean, Pukanitz, but I don't think they would do that trade simply on the fact that how many years does Boschman have left? 1? Give me Boschman. That probably won't go through. Ryan Murphy on waivers. He's a defenseman, right? Huh. Why would they have to put him on waivers? Alright, instead of Boschman, give me Franzen. Will you do this? Make some roster change includes putting Ryan Murphy on waivers. Alright, so let's back up on that. Let's see what we can get for Lundqvist. We'll come back to that. Because honestly, he should be an easy get. Let's see. No, not draft picks, goalies. Lundqvist. Lundqvist does not have that high of a trade value. That's not what I was hoping. Alright, but I want to send him somewhere that's got a not the greatest record. St. Louis. They're an option. I probably have to take a cap hit back, which is okay. I have more than enough room. Ooh, Detroit. Hello. You want Lundqvist? I'm tempted to bring back Mrazek, but I don't really. Gustav Nyquist. I'd probably have to take one of these guys off their hands, but 5 years for Franz Nielsen, no. Gustav Nyquist for 2 years. I really don't want to do that trade either. Abdelkader for 6. See, the AI Detroit's got the right idea. Dump all these guys. Darren Helm, Johan Franzen, 4 years, 3. I mean, Johan Franzen probably won't make it through those 3 years, but oh my god, their first round pick is so high. I can't even afford to bring over. Alright, so let's not try them. So we've hit the point where I probably have to trade them to a 500. Oh, even that's probably too high. That's closer. Oh, did I back all the way out? Oops. Damn it. Alright. Goalies. Nope, that's rookies. Lundqvist. Alright, so who wanted Lundqvist? Arizona wants him? I already gave you Ronta. I'm not giving you Lundqvist too. Calgary. I said I want to build through the draft. Backlund 3.5. Wouldn't have to re-sign him. But they really don't want to part with a first. Their second wouldn't be awful, but that doesn't make any sense to bring Backlund back. Detroit would be nice, but their first round pick is way too much. I might just... Let's try St. Louis, because their first round pick is on the block. So I don't have to give up as much to get it, ideally. Give me this guy. We'd be under the minimum salary cap. Shit. That's kind of what I feared would happen. Plus, I have to give them something back. I don't want to give... Oh, JT Miller. What was the Tampa Bay trade? McDonough and Miller for Nemestikov. I'm assuming a first or a... No, it was a conditional first. Like, they win the cup, they get a first. But, yeah, I'd be not even close to the cap. Jay Bomeister, but he's making so much. Like, that's his... Then they'd be over the cap. So I'd have to bring even more over. Oh my goodness, this is... This is unreal. And there's not much more they want. I don't want to give them any of these guys. I don't want to give up any draft picks. No, that's not happening. I can't give up... I mean, do I really think Matthew Pumpel is going to get any better than this? I really don't, in all honesty. So if I do Pumpel instead of JT Miller, that's acceptable, but they won't... Yeah, I haven't offered them enough. Well, is a first-round pick worth a third-round pick? If I throw in Calgary's third, so I have 3 firsts instead of... Let's try it. Ooh, it's close. I don't want to give up any more draft picks, though. Ryan Gropp. Let's see if that pushes it over. Nah. Because they don't want Pumpel. Could I give him JT Miller? And then just hold back cap? Because he's only got 1 year on his deal. I don't think I can eat enough of his cap to make... Oh, I can. Let's try it. Oh my goodness, it's so close. 19... Oh, I don't want to give up any of these guys. Pedersen I just got. Ryan Gropp, I don't feel it's going to turn anything. Come on. Tell me that pushes it over the edge. Oh, come on. I'm so close. I don't want to eat any of one. The Calgary... Do I want to give up my third? My third's basically a second. How about a... Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. I'm surprised that won't go through. It's got to be... They've got to be, like, right on the edge to take this deal. Top 6, top 6. They're all top 6s, man. I don't want to... No, top 6s. Oh, Vahtakainen. Man, I want to make this... I want that first round pick, but I just don't have anything I can... You know what? Let's try Day. Oh, come on. Really? Alright. We'll bail on that one. Who else wanted Lundqvist? Tampa Bay. I think I'm just reaching too far for a high pick. St. Louis makes sense, but it's just too hard to make it work. And this is my big trading piece, so I don't want to get gypped out of. So their Colorado is a... They don't want to trade their first. Shit. They have no goalies they want to trade. I'd be under the cap, so they'd have to give me somebody back. This could be Varlamov. Oops. Got 2 years left on a 5.9. He can just sit there while we play around, and that won't go through, right? Yeah. Oh man, this is tough, man. You know what? I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna sit on it. I'm gonna let the comment section kind of give me your opinion. I'm not gonna make a trade. I'll revisit it if that's my best course of action. But I'm gonna have a good chance of getting the first overall pick, and maybe I'll wait until the trade deadline comes. We have a better understanding of where we're gonna be in terms of draft positions. But yeah, comment section as always for your suggestions, and I will see you in the next one.